Welcome everyone to the Horror Sanctuary, your local broadcast for horror game updates, news, and trailers. Now, the Fears to Fathom series has been around since 2021. Rayll, the creator of these games, came up with the concept of each episode that are based on real life stories. Episode 1, titled Home Alone, being about Miles, a 14-year-old kid whose parents are out of town for work, soon finds himself with a fear of intruders in his home. The first episode came out on July 2nd, 2021, where next would be episode 2, called Northwood Hitchhike. This story following Holly Gardner, a 19-year-old who is driving back from a gaming convention, finding herself in a bad spot where her vehicle breaks down. She soon goes to the motel where she finds herself in a life and death situation. This installment came out on January 6, 2022. While finally in the trilogy came out episode 3, called Carson's House. In 2009, 18-year-old Noah Baker is asked to house sit one night at the residence of Roy Carson, friend and client to his retail father Walter. Noah is driven by Walter to the Carson's residence, where he gains entry with a key hidden in the backyard. But we soon find out this isn't going to be as peaceful and safe as we hoped. Episode 3 came out on January 9th, 2023, which leads us up to the updated news for episode 4. Originally, this episode was going to be released on October 7th, but Rayll has announced that the game was going to be released 1 week early in October. As a recording, which is only a few days away. The story being about Jack Nelson, a 24-year-old fire lookout who has been transferred to a new outpost. As he settled into his new home, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Little did he know what was transpiring down in Ironbark State Park. Now, before we talk about the Fears to Fathom 4 news, we're going to show you guys the trailer for the game.
About a month ago, they were hiking with their families. They went off the trail and just vanished. No trace of them since. People have started spreading rumors that the area might be haunted by some entities. Jack?
Walking lonely, got no homies, feeling like a ghost. She don't feel me anymore, she says I'm never home. I got no lights on, I'm slumped in my chair again. She never come home, she never will feel me again.
Now, after personally messaging Rayll about episode 4, from what was told, the price of this episode would be at $5.99, and the playtime estimate would be around 2 hours long, the longest in the series yet. Now, luckily, on October 16th, the Fears to Fathom Discord server had a short Q&A where I had a few questions answered for you guys, in which I will be able to share in this video. But before that, here are a few questions I had asked prior to filming. The first being, is there a way for the community to support the future of the game series and Rayll? The response was yes, absolutely. This will be the link to help support Rayll with their future projects, which we will be linking down in the description below if you guys wish to support the creators of Fears to Fathom. Now with that, I'll show you guys the rest of the Q&A that I managed to get on the recording for you guys.
Pretty difficult, but yeah. What my favorite episode is so far? Honestly, I'm pretty indecisive. I can't really... I'll tell you, I haven't played episode 2 personally. My favorite episode, story-wise, is Home Alone, because, it makes me really kind of it gives me goosebumps, considering the fact that anything can happen, especially when someone breaks into a person's house, and I think that storyline for episode 1 really kind of gave me the most chills. It was short, but very effective. Kirby asks, are there plans to use microphone in more episodes? Not I'm pretty sure yet. I mean, voice activity has been around since episode 1 in the Fears to Fathom series, so I'm sure that and even in the other episodes, so I'm sure for episode 4 and 5, I'm pretty sure they're going to introduce they're still going to implement the voice activation feature as well too. Karudi asks, currently writing a story about the newest episode. What are your thoughts on how far the series has come? I think it's been a journey, honestly. It's personally myself playing the Fears to Fathom games, ever since I saw some gameplay on it. I was really intrigued to really experience the gameplay, and it just and basically just how like Rayll just, like basically what goes on behind the scenes of it. True story vibes. That really gets me, really gets my attention. And yeah, just the gameplay overall has just been amazing based on how Rayll makes it, based on the people's stories that people submit to him. So what did inspire Rayll to make Fierce to Fathom? If anything, Neon Boy, you can read it more. You can read more on his blog over here in the chat. Much more information that you can read more about. Basically on his ambition as to what made Rayll inspired to make Fierce to Fathom. So you guys can use the resources provided to really learn more about Rayll. Do you think there will be more episodes in episode 5? Can't really give an answer on that, but thank you for asking though. Maybe in the future. We're just gonna have to see what Rayll says on that. Some people have been saying there may be a season 2 or whatnot. I don't know how maybe that'll work, but we will just going to have to see. How do you rate each of the Fierce to Fathom episodes? Oh man, episode 1 is my number 1. Second place goes to episode 3, and then I don't want to be biased, but episode 2. I'll just put episode 2 as my number 3 because I haven't really played it, but I'm pretty sure my man. Yeah, I think we're all just gonna be equally playing it on October 20th. So it's nice because obviously I don't think anybody is really sorry to say, but pardon me, but I don't think anybody is really anybody has access to episode 4 early, but I'm pretty sure Rayll just wants everybody to play it at the same, like, equally when the release date comes out. So
I think like developers do to like play test and stuff.
JZee says, hope you guys suggest Rayll to add more languages, especially Korean. Hey man, yeah, Korean, yeah, you know what? Yeah, if anything, that's a good suggestion. You could perhaps we can put in a word for that for next time as well too. That'd be really helpful. Will you have the same event as you do now before episode 4 comes out? Ask who expects from what. Karudi asks, just for asking for my article, the F12 episode 5 will be released in the farther future, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of early to say when we'll start development on that, but I reckon he's definitely going to take a break right after episode 4 comes out. But probably we might see some sort of announcement pop up maybe next year about episode 5.
Now, that was a ton of news for the Fierce to Fathom fans, and we know you're excited for episode 4 coming out very soon. We would love to know your thoughts on the series, whether it's about your favorite episodes or this one coming up. Let us know down below in the comments below. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification to stay in tune with the news over here at the Horror Sanctuary. I'm your host, Karudi, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.